Well, since I'll be turning 33 this coming Tuesday, I want to say one thing that I'm proud of that I haven't done, and you know, meaning have not done when I was growing up. Well, I know you might have seen me accomplish a lot of things like get my high school diploma and my college degree and so much other stuff that you've seen on the page in the past years. I was in band and all sort of things. But the one thing I'm glad I have not even gotten into is drugs. The reason why I haven't, because here it is. I didn't care for that. Because you know what? I've seen some things growing up, especially alcohol, that can take you down paths that you don't want to go. And especially, I don't want to mention about the issues in my family because I'm trying to keep that private. But I'm going to say journalistically. Because I was in band from I started in 5th grade with band. But I tell you one honest opinion that um, I believe I was in band all through junior high and high school too, pretty much. And let me tell you, every time I was in high school marching band, for all 3 years of HL, because HL didn't have the ninth grade center just yet. They didn't even have them until I left the school. But every time we fill out the paperwork, there was one particular form that we had to very well pay close attention to. Number one, it was the drug testing consent form that is by the Terrebonne Parish Sheriff's Office. Every extracurricular had to sign this form. What it states is, and this word got kind of real for me to say, clean. Because this gives the sheriff's office a right to test a person for drugs, doing like urine samples and all that kind of stuff, you know. Which luckily it never happened on my watch, but I kind of kept clean because I live in a Christian home and we don't do anything of the sort anyways. And the only type of drugs I'm taking is referring to prescription medicine, meaning for me, those who are prescribed by a doctor, that is perfectly legal because that's necessary. It's not anything that's gonna get me in trouble later down the road. And the reason why I also stay clean, not just because school per se, and I'm still clean even to this day, pretty much. Because I tell you one thing, if I meet a future mate, like maybe a future boyfriend, but you're not going to say if it could happen, or hey, or say if I get a job down the line, that sometimes the job requires it. Because I don't know if it does in most cases. But I know for a fact, most of the year, the questions per se on the application would have to be about background, which means your criminal, stuff like that. And sometimes if it's been, if you had a controlled substance, that can be in your charges, and you'd have to do a lot of explaining. So I say that trouble, say nope, I say no to drugs, eat from the legal terms, and say nope, you're not entering my system at all. We don't allow it at home, and it's not allowed anywhere else. Yeah, we don't allow the alcohol, we don't allow cigarettes. Oh yeah, we don't allow anything that's foreign, so guess what? a lot of you Christian girls can really understand what I'm coming at. And sometimes you gotta keep your body pure. So you know what? Because drugs are the devil. Lots of your medications, that's understandable. But drugs, like illegal stuff, is of the devil. And it can hold you in bondage. And I'm glad it didn't. And I've not gotten into that trouble at all. And I don't plan to get into that trouble either. Oh yeah, that's right. Because I have a lot more going for me, and two, I know better yet, God's got something going for me too. And you don't want to lead to a path of destruction, and that's one. And that's why I chose to say no. And I can tell you one thing, any doctor can test me, but you ain't gonna find nothing. You're not gonna find nothing in my butt. I got news for you. We're strict. And strict to me is a good thing. And I'm probably sure my sister had to have that consent form with that too, because she was in band. So my mom had her darn shares of that stuff. And also, let me tell you from my standpoint, if I had a medicine change, we will write a note to the directors, or say either parent note or doctor note, something like the effect. Say, hello, I'll use Miss Collins as an example, because she was my teacher. I said, hello, Miss Collins, there's been a medicine change, and we have to explain what it was, what's the side effects, stuff that she needs to, she's going to have to know what to look for. If the person doesn't per se notice it, that would be the understandable level, legal terms, everything else. So yeah, that's what I wanted to say, because I have my 33rd birthday on Tuesday. This one thing I want to make y'all smile over, because you know what? Being at 33, I had not been on drugs for one. I have completed my high school and my college all together. And it was hard, but that had to do with battles with autism, had to deal with being homeless, and that was because we had Hurricane Ida in 21, and it was about living in a rough structure for 3 years. Then went totally homeless for about 8 months during the last year. But it's okay, because you know what? Let me tell you one thing. It is possible, because with God, all things are. Let's say it that way. So if you want to hit like, you want to hit subscribe, be my guest. Because you know what? You much rather have somebody live godly life, and someone who's been up to some good things in her life. Well, in my life, let me put the correct pronouns, but mine. But it's okay. Hit like, hit subscribe, and see you later.